Yes, sir. Okay, it is the Calomel electrode. We just sketched here just like this. Now in this particular case, as the Calomel electrode is concerned, at the first, it is having special category or special type. It is the type of the a metal sparingly soluble salt type electrode. So it is the metal sparingly soluble salt type of the electrode. It is a special example of the somewhat this kind of electrode. Now second one is it is generally called as the secondary reference electrode. हा जो काय आहे ना, this particular electrode is the secondary reference electrode. Second thing. Now how to follow here to the construction? Construction is very simple one. Now come across to the construction for the same electrode. How it should be constructed? Just have the construction point by point. In this case, it consists of a glass tube having inlet at the top and side arm slightly above to the middle portion. It is the first point. After that one, at the bottom of this glass tube, fresh mercury is placed. Above this fresh mercury, we place here the paste of mercurous chloride, which is known as the calomel, and hence the name Calomel electrode. Above this particular paste, we just fill here the saturated potassium chloride. In this particular case, a rubber band with the platinum or copper wire is inserted into this one. So this will generally form here somewhat overall construction for the Calomel electrode. So what is the construction? Once again, what is this Calomel electrode is? This is the kind of the secondary reference electrode. This particular electrode generally of the metal sparingly soluble salt type of the electrode. In this case, how it should be constructed? Very simple one. It consists of a glass tube having inlet at the top and side arm slightly above to the middle portion of this glass tube. In this case, in this glass tube, we just place the fresh mercury at the bottom and rubber band with the platinum wire we generally place in this particular mercury. After that one, above this mercury we place the paste of mercury and mercurous chloride, which is known as the calomel. Hence the name for this electrode is the Calomel electrode. And above this portion, we just place here the saturated KCl, and it is to be enclosed with the help of the cap. The overall assembly we generally call somewhat Calomel electrode. Okay. Now in this particular case, as this electrode is to be concerned, it is generally acting as a somewhat oxidizing as well as reduction electrode. It is just acting as an anode as well as cathode. Now how it is followed? Particularly, it can act as a both, particularly as an anode. It can generally act as an anode as well as cathode also. Now what are the reactions here? In this case, when it acts as an anode, it is to be connected with the other electrode, which is having more electron gaining tendency. That is, it is connected with the cathode, and therefore it is acting as an anode. What is the cell reaction? Very simple one. In this case, here mercury generally shows here a reduction, forming a dimercurous ion, just like this. This dimercurous ions combines with the chloride ions from the saturated KCl. It generally forms here the Hg2Cl2 mercurous chloride. If we write here the overall reaction, we can write here it as a 2Hg plus 2 chloride ions. 2 chloride ions, it produces here Hg2Cl2. it is forming here the somewhat mercurous chloride. It is the first result. In this case, what is the change in oxidation number? Change in oxidation number of the mercury is from 0 to the +1 is there, generally showing process of the oxidation. At this condition, this electrode acts as an anode. It is the first thing. Then we'll have the second thing. This electrode can act as a cathode. आता cathode पण क्या act होईल? This electrode will act as a cathode whenever it is connected with the other electrode having more electron losing tendency. ज्यावेळेस दुसरा इलेक्ट्रोड हा ॲनोडचं काम करेल, इलेक्ट्रॉन लुझिंग टेंडन्सी असेल, त्यावेळी हा मात्र कॅथोडचा रोल फॉलो करेल. नाउ इट इज फॉलोइंग हियर द रोल ऑफ द कॅथोड. Very simple one. In this particular case, as a cathode, mercurous chloride, it will undergo here the somewhat decomposition. Here the decomposition will generally show here the formation of the 2Ag plus ions. Particularly it shows a process of reduction. 2 electrons forming 2Ag along with the 2 chloride ions. And therefore, it is just showing here the reduction process acting as a cathode. Remember here that this particular calomel electrode acts as a cathode as well as it is acting as a anode also. Okay. Now here, how potential is dependent upon concentration of KCl, how it is reversible electrode. In this particular case, at the first, here mercury is acting as an anode. Mercurous chloride is passed. Fresh mercury shows oxidation. It generally forming here the mercurous chloride paste, which is to be generally added into this one. Along the same, during reduction process, when it acts as a cathode, the chloride ions are liberated by use of the mercurous chloride paste. These chloride ions are again sent towards the saturated KCl, and therefore remember here that the potential of this calomel electrode always depends upon concentration of the KCl. So you have to explain here that point, which generally explains here how the electrode potential of the calomel electrode varies with the concentration of the potassium chloride. Okay. Before that one, let us have the cell representation for the calomel electrode. How to represent here a cell, or how it is to be represented by the cell formula. In this case, at the first, we have to come across to the somewhat potassium chloride as saturated. Then we will have the somewhat other one as the Ag2Cl2 is there, along the same mercury is there. So this cell represented in this fashion. Along the same, we can represent the cell like this. Platinum in some of the cases, mercury, then mercurous chloride is there, Ag2Cl2, along the same saturated KCl is there. Whatever may be the cell, we have to represent here the cell just in this fashion. So it is a cell representation for calomel electrode. Okay. Now as a EMC point of view, if you think about the mercurous chloride, it is generally called as a calomel. Oxidation state of the mercury in case of the calomel is that oxidation state is always +1. You have to state this point as a MCQ point. Remember this one. Okay. After this one, let us follow here to the somewhat what is the how the concentration varies with the, or how the potential varies with the concentration. So you have the concentration of KCl, which is to be used, and standard electrode potential. How it is varies. Particularly first one as a 0.1 normal, first one, then second one, 1 normal, NC, and third one is somewhat saturated. Okay. DC normal calomel electrode, normal calomel electrode, and saturated calomel electrode. Particularly AC is there. Concentrations are there. In this particular case, if you think about the concentration, more concentration is this one. Now how the electrode potential varies with the concentration. It is very important job as the calomel electrode is concerned. In this particular case, if you think about the DC normal concentration, its potential is already 0.33 volt. Then if you think about this one, 0.28 volt. Along the same, it is just showing here the 0.246 volt is there. So remember that if we think about the potential, if we think about the electrode potential for the calomel electrode, it depends upon the chloride ion concentration, it depends upon the potassium chloride concentration. It is observed here that with increase in concentration, the concentration वाढला असेल, with increase in concentration, the electrode potential always decreases. Electrode potential जे आहे ते नेहमी कमी होतं, decrease होतं. It is just observed here from this particular observation. So we have to clear this point that with increase in concentration, in case of calomel electrode, its electrode potential always decreases. And for that, for saturated calomel electrode, its potential is very less one, that is 0.246 volt. So we have to clear here this point like this. Okay. Now we are thinking about the some advantageous point of the calomel electrode over the SHE. We know here that SHE is not handy. We cannot operate it properly. We cannot construct it properly. But in the, if we consider calomel electrode, this assembly, this electrode is somewhat much more suitable one. It is handy. Meanwhile, its electrode potential is reproducible one. Along the same, if we somewhat construct that electrode, we can easily construct by using saturated KCl and somewhat remaining parameters. In that sense, we have to follow some advantageous points of the calomel electrode over the standard hydrogen electrode. So you have to remember here this point also. So with these particular points about the calomel electrode, we will turn our attention towards the next kind of the cell, and that particular cell is the Lachlan-Chase dry cell. It is again very important unit from the point of view. We will have the heading Lachlan-Chase dry cell is there. Lachlan-Chase dry cell. Here comes the, we will have the explanation. I will draw the figure first, then again we will have the explanation. Figure is very simple one. Okay, it is your dry cell, just coated or just sketched like this. In this particular case, at the first, it is a type of the primary irreversible type of the voltaic cell. So it is your main point or MCQ point from the exam point of view. So this electrode, Lachlan-Chase dry cell, is an example of primary irreversible type of the voltaic cell. This cell or such cells can never be charged. You have to take care of this point in your mind. Okay. In this case, it is having the potential near about 1.25 to the 1.5 volt like this. In a battery cell, in battery, we generally use here this particular cell that is generally called as the Lagrange dry cell. So why it is primary? Because it can produce its electric current, it can generate electromotive force on its own concentration, therefore it is primary. And it is not rechargeable, it can never be charged. In that sense, it is generally called as the eraser type of the cell. So you have to take care of these 2 points in your mind. Okay. In this particular case, we have to follow the construction in a simple way. So we will have the heading construction, how it is to be constructed. हे आम्ही construction कसं केलं याचं. आता एक पाहायचं, in this particular case, how the construction systematically. At the first, it consists of a cylindrical zinc vessel in which a graphite rod is placed vertically at the middle portion. First point, it consists of cylindrical zinc vessel in which zinc rod is placed, graphite rod is placed vertically. First one. Number second, around this graphite rod, we just place particularly carbon and manganese dioxide powder. Around this particular electrode, around this graphite rod, we place carbon and manganese dioxide powder. Second thing, if we come across to the third one, remaining, it is to be just separated with the help of the somewhat partition. It is to be just separated to avoid mixing directly. It is separated by the help of the somewhat paper, or porous paper is used to separate these two reactants. By that way, these two components. So in this particular case, remaining part of this cylindrical vessel just filled with the help of the ammonium chloride and zinc chloride. Ammonium chloride and zinc chloride will place the remaining portion of the cylindrical vessel. Okay. Then upper end of this zinc vessel enclosed with the help of the copper cap along the same. In this particular case, in this cell, what was the graphite rod acting as a cathode and zinc vessel itself acting as anode. So it is a simply construction about the somewhat Lagrange dry cell. All these construction points once again. In this case, it consists of cylindrical zinc vessel in which graphite rod is placed vertically at the middle portion. First one. Around this graphite rod, we place carbon and manganese dioxide powder. Second thing. Remaining, it is just separated by the somewhat porous partition, so that papers are used to avoid mixing of these two components. Remaining part of this vessel just enclosed, filled with the help of the ammonium chloride and zinc chloride. After that, it is to be enclosed with the help of the seal. Copper cap is already placed here. In this case, the graphite rod acting as a cathode and zinc vessel itself acting as anode. Okay. So it is just the construction about the somewhat dry cell, which is known as the Lagrange dry cell. Now here, how this works. When electric current is produced, when electricity is generated, how this cell works. The reactions are very important. Particularly, we will have the reactions. Particularly at anode, what generally happens? Anode reaction क्या होते? Zinc produces zinc plus ions by the loss of 2 electrons. Generally showing here the process of oxidation. First one. What is the reaction occurring at cathode? इथे कॅथोडला काय होतं मग? At the cathode, particularly 2 electrons generally reduces the ammonium ions, forming ammonia along with the H2 gases given out. This H2 gas reduces a manganese dioxide just like this. It generally forming here the Mn2O3 dimanganese dioxide along with the water molecules here. If we write overall reaction, in this case, we will have the reaction like this. For the cathode region, 2 ammonium ions plus plus MnO2 plus 2 electrons, it produces 2 ammonia along with the Mn2O3 and somewhat water molecule is formed. So it is a reaction which is generally taking place at the cathode. Okay. After this one, we will have the net cell reaction by combination of these two. We will have the net cell reaction like this. I will put up here the net cell reaction by the combination of anodic reaction and the cathodic reaction. We can write like this. You can check yourself. Here, zinc as usual, 2 ammonium ions plus a manganese dioxide. Here 2 coefficient, 2 manganese dioxide plus it produces Zn plus 2 ions plus 2 ammonia plus water molecule is there. So it is a reaction which generally taking place during the chemical reaction. Along the same, Mn2O3 is there, like this. So it is a whole reaction. Now here, if you think about the net cell reaction for the dry cell, what is your observation? Your observation is that at the end of the reaction, there is formation of the ammonia, there is formation of the zinc ions. Now what happens actually in this case? What is the zinc ions formed combines with the more and more number of the ammonium ions, just like this. It forms here the complex as a tetraamine Zn plus 2 ion complex, interpreted here like this. This particular complex is more stable complex. Okay. Now we know here that, or you observe carefully that if we observe dry cell after complete working नंतर जर आपण ड्राय सेल पाहिला असेल तर what is the result? Our results are the dry cell generally following moist one. आता पहिले हे की white is called as a dry cell. ह्याला आपण ड्राय सेल का बरं म्हणतो? In this particular cell, the electrolyte is not so in the liquid form, but it is moist paste of the somewhat these components. ह्याच्यामध्ये जे काही component आहेत, झिंक क्लोराईड पर्टिक्युलर अमोनियम क्लोराईडची एक मॉइस्ट पेस्ट आहे. इथं कोणता इलेक्ट्रोलाइट हा liquid state मध्ये नाही, and therefore as the electrolytes involved in this particular cell are somewhat moist in nature, dry in nature, therefore the name is a dry cell. Okay. Now what is the result after end of the working of the cell? These cells generally feeling somewhat moisty, they generally loses some water molecules. ते जो सेल आहे तो असा थोडा ओलसर होतो, त्याला पाणी सुटतं, पाणी लागायला लागतं. What is the reason behind that? During working, there is formation of the water molecule for each and every step, and once its working is over, its capacity is over, more and more water is formed, and by that way, that cell is generally feeling somewhat much more moist one. More and more water is already generated there, and that cell is generally out of use. In that sense, you have to remember here that during chemical reaction, these cells particularly produces water molecule, ammonia. The free ammonia form generally forming complex, much more stable complex with the zinc ions, and by that way there is liberation of the water molecules here. These water molecules liberated generally decreases life of the dry cell, and by that way that cells can never be recharged. In that sense, you have to follow speciality of the dry cell like this. Accepted. Now how to represent here this dry cell? माझा dry cell आपण represent कसा करू बरं? In this case, how to represent here a dry cell? Dry cell represent कसा करतात? At the first anode is there zinc plus 2, then we have the spacing of the somewhat electrolyte. We just place here the particularly MnO2 is there, then graphite, just like this. So come across to the somewhat electrode in this fashion. So whatever the electrode, we just represent here just like this. Okay, it is a representation. Negative sign is there, plus sign is there. Okay, after that one, what is the special, what are the uses of this dry cell? This dry cell mainly used in somewhat watches, in somewhat batteries, depending upon the assembly, we generally use here these dry cells. Okay, it's just about the Lagrange dry cell, its applications and somewhat its main or the specific points. After that one, let us have the somewhat focus over the concept of alkaline dry cell. मग हा काय असतो? Alkaline dry cell काय असतो? What is the alkaline dry cell? Why there is the need of this alkaline dry cell? Okay. Now remember here that we'll have the reaction zinc plus 2H plus ions, it produces Zn plus 2 ions along with the H2 gas is there. Now here think about the alkaline dry cell. आपण हा का वापरला, ह्याचा रोल कशामुळे होता किंवा याची नीड काय वाटली आपल्याला? लक्षात घ्यायचं की in case of the usual dry cell, we usually here the somewhat zinc chloride ॲज इलेक्ट्रोलाइट. झिंक क्लोराईड हा इलेक्ट्रोलाइट होता. मग हे जे इलेक्ट्रोलाइट असेल इथं तर इन दिस पर्टिक्युलर केस इट जनरली वर्किंग इन द ॲसिडिक मीडियम. हा जो काही झिंक क्लोराईड होता तो ॲसिडिक मीडियममध्ये काम करत होता. इफ इट इज वर्किंग इन द ॲसिडिक मीडियम at that time there is much and more chances to oxidize zinc under concentration. And zinc oxidized झाला तर at that time it may undergo here corrosion as easy as possible, as early as possible. And due to that one here a lifespan of the Daniell cell, lifespan of the dry cell just minimized. It is to be decreased. To increase the lifespan of the dry cell we have to use here, we have to maintain somewhat alkaline medium. The same cell we have to sort of modify little, but in terms of the alkaline dry cell it is the main reason. So why we prefer alkaline dry cell then? Because in acidic medium, when it works in the acidic medium, there is much more chance to corrode zinc into the zinc ions, forming its oxide. Due to that, a lifespan of the dry cell decreases. To increase the lifespan of the dry cell, we generally prefer here alkaline medium. In case of the dry cell, the name is the alkaline dry cell. Okay. Now what are the modifications? Which things we use here in the alkaline dry cells? Particularly here we use here the electrolyte such as the alkaline dry cell. मग त्याच्यामध्ये यूज आपलं सुरू झाले ना. हां त्याला सांगा फक्त. हे alkaline dry cell आहे. In this case we use here the NaOH or the potassium hydroxide as media. NaOH or potassium hydroxide we can use here it as a somewhat solutions. Electrolytes are there. Along the same, zinc can be used in terms of the zinc oxide. Zinc जे आहे ना ते झिंक ऑक्साईडच्या फॉर्ममध्ये वापरला आपण. We have to follow this one here. आणि मग हे जे असेल तर we generally maintain here the alkaline medium. By maintaining alkaline medium we can just avoid here its corrosion, and hence its life period, its lifespan can be increased. It will just give here the better results. In that sense, remember the alkaline dry cell. Okay. Now here after this one, let us consider to the next and very valuable unit, that is the somewhat lead storage battery.